Hey guys, John Shea here. This is day 4 of my internet marketing boot camp. I basically wanted to use this day to talk about one primary thing, and that's relationships. Something I've seen a lot of success with ever since I really started getting involved with anything to do with business or internet marketing in general. I've got some notes here. I'm basically just going to go over a couple things and really just tell a couple stories here about some things that I've been seeing the last few months. Really, when I got involved with internet marketing, I, had been in this fitness business for a while. It was an MLM company called Beachbody, and way back, I had someone that was specifically signed up as my sponsor, and there's someone that I can email, and usually they'd reply to me within a day or two. A very busy person, and we've got a whole team of people. There's like thousands of people on this team. There was a particular person who I saw literally start up a website and become really successful. Like, he was just very consistent, doing things on a daily basis all the time. And I actually saw him, getting a lot of success in his business. And he was always around on Facebook. And he's someone that I could come to and ask questions. And he would actually answer them and help me out, even though I'm not directly on his team. There was really no benefit for me being on his team, or for me asking him questions. I'm not directly sponsored with him. For him to answer questions of mine, it didn't really help him much. It was just him being a generous person and actually being a helpful person. And that was something I really respected from this particular person. So, there was a couple of guys who I would ask questions and just say, what are you doing for this, or what are you doing for that, or how are you getting results? Like, what kinds of things are you eating, or, whatever, like different questions that might relate to fitness, just basic stuff. And I actually remember there was a guy who was really successful. He literally told me to just go talk to my sponsor, and he had no willingness to help me because I wasn't directly sponsored with him. And he ended up defriending me, I think, like weeks later, which I can kind of understand. I mean, it's one thing to have all these people in your same niche in your business, and they're already like, they're not really prospects to you. But, you got to understand, when you help people, it's going to come back and help you in the long run. You may not even know it, but a year later, you could find that person, just because you helped them, that could come to your benefit. What I eventually ended up doing is I actually joined this blogging company called Empower Network. It's real simple. It's just a blogging system that you blog on a regular basis and you get paid for that. I don't really want to go into that too much, but the person that had helped me way back when, who didn't have any sponsor or direct relationship with me in this fitness MLM, he's someone I knew that I could sign up with because, he was someone that I had built trust with, and he had helped me for free. And I had also seen that he was successful, so I knew he would be a good person to follow because I knew he would do a good job. So that's just one example of something I wanted to talk about today. I've just got some notes here. There's a few other people. The other day on Facebook, I was talking with a fellow, and he's doing his own internet marketing thing, but just talking to him, he started telling me about, I've got all these automated systems that I run, and, I can do a lot of things manually, without actually manually needing to spend a lot of time with them. And I'm just thinking to myself as I'm talking to him, like, if I ever needed something, even if I had to pay for it, this guy maybe has some programming knowledge. Maybe he's someone that would be able to help me set this up in the long run. And having these resources or people to be able to go to, just thinking of that in my head and thinking to myself, like, there's a guy that I might be able to go to eventually that is going to have the ability to help me help me with something I need help with. And really what I'm getting at is, you never want to discredit anybody you talk to. I was talking to another guy on Facebook the other day. He could barely speak English, a little bit of a language barrier, just chatting with him on Facebook. And he sent me a link to a website that actually had like a really cool setup, a social media site where you could make money. And it's something I was like really like interested in checking out. And it was completely free to set up. I didn't even have to pay this guy a dime, and he's sharing something with me just because I decided to have a Facebook conversation with him a week earlier on Facebook and get to know the guy. That's really what it's all about, building relationships with people. Um, Here's another great example, and this is an awesome one. Another story I'm going to tell. I'm currently kind of like looking to become a first-time home buyer, and I've been looking around. I had my real estate agent said to me, "Oh, what if you should talk to this guy Joe over at this XYZ mortgage company." And I said, "Okay, I'll give Joe a call." And this was like, I don't know, maybe 6 months ago. I talked to this guy, and he ran my numbers, and we just had a chat. I never personally went and met this guy, but I ended up looking at another place recently, and excuse me, and what I ended up doing is I call this guy up and I start telling him, well, I've spent a little bit of money on some marketing training, and I really like what I'm learning. It's kind of like I'm in school, and I'm just real excited talking to this guy. I have no idea what this guy's into, and just so happens he actually bought some training material online. He says to me, I spent like $600 on this training material and I barely used it. The guy emails me his login information to go check this out. I'm not going to mention what the product is, but he emails me, and it's pretty relevant. It came out like in July. Emails me his login information for a product he paid $600 for, just because I decided to start up a conversation about what I've been working on. I wasn't trying to even convince him to join my opportunity. I literally just had a conversation and told him about what I'm working on. And you just never know what people are, who knows if someone's going to be like, well, I'd love to join you, and now I've got this free marketing training. And in fact, some of that training has given me the idea to create these videos and actually work on this boot camp that I'm working on right now. That's probably one of the best stories I could think of as a recent example. Another fellow, he was already in an opportunity, particularly that Empower Network blog system. And I just started chatting with him on Facebook, and, he's one of the leaders. He's making a lot of money, and, he came out with his own training product for people that are in internet marketing just in general. It's very vague. It could be used in just about any business you're doing. And this guy came out with like this amazing product. It was only $100. And I, at first would have never thought like, well, this guy is already in this opportunity. He's making all this money, and, why would I really bother with him? It's like he's got his own thing. I'm not going to be able to join him. And, so, but after talking to him, eventually I see that he creates this product, and it's like, the product is so valuable, has all this great information, and now I'm building a relationship with this guy. So that's another thing I wanted to mention, is that you want to actually follow the people that are leaders in this business, or in the business that opportunity that you're in, and, learn from them. Don't discredit anybody regardless of if they're, in your particular marketing system, in another marketing system. I mean, everybody, think about it this way, this guy created this training product, and then he started marketing that to everybody that was on his friends list on Facebook. And, he was able to make some money with that. And some of those people might be in completely different business opportunities, yet he's still able to help those people because he made this product. And it's actually a great product. So it's like, it's totally a win-win. I mean, you don't want to discredit anyone. I recently talked to another guy who, he sent me 12 emails full of like training through one of the top guys in Empower Network. And I'm thinking to myself, now I got even more stuff to go through, just tons of information that I'm able to learn. But, that's really what I wanted to get at in this video. I think a lot of people, discredit others or don't really take the time to get to know people because they're thinking, oh, well, this person's, whatever, they're already doing something in another opportunity. Well, I'm not even going to bother with them. But you don't want to think that way. You want to, talk to people and build relationships with them. I mean, when you help people, they're going to remember that, and they're going to remember you. I actually will take the time to chat with anybody on Facebook and tell them what I'm doing and share tips with them and help them out, even if they're already in the business opportunity that I'm already in. I mean, it's just going to help you in the long run. Just like I was saying in my last video on the IBL toolbox, I mean, I helped the guy, and then he's sharing advertising and advertising credits with me through the IBO toolbox. That's just another thing that I was able to get. I mean, it pretty much just goes to show all these examples and stories that I'm talking about. I mean, the more people you get to know and build relationships with, the more you're gonna see the benefits from that. So that's really all I wanted to cover in this video. Talk to you later.